People of the internet, it has almost been a week since Kill Tony aired on Netflix. The episode Kill or Be Killed came out on April 7th, and on that day, I watched it and posted a video review. And just like an Ace of Base song, I saw the sign and I knew this episode was an epic failure, and that is what I put into my video. But the Kill Tony fans came in force. They came in waves. For 3 days now, they have been comment bombing that video and downvoting it into oblivion or higher views and more subs for me. Now, I heard them. I had a good cry. And then clarity came with the morning sun. And I said to myself, maybe I am wrong. Maybe these snake eyes cannot see the truth, and they've been blinded by my own bias. So with that in mind, I said, okay, we'll let it go a few days. It'll be almost a week coming up, and we will do a review of that and see what is going on. So I have gathered the critic reviews, the ordinary data from first-time viewers and regular viewers of Kill Tony on these rating websites, and I have also grabbed, most importantly, the Kill Tony fans' responses to this episode. So let's go ahead and start with the ratings and see what we got. Here we have IMDb. You can see here at the top, Kill Tony, Kill or Be Killed, and it has received a 4.8 out of 10, which is 3 points higher than Brendan Schaub's Gringo Poppy. Everyone give a round of applause for Kill Tony for being better than the Gringo Poppy. It's an achievement in comedy, but you do not want to not be better than the Gringo Poppy. That would be a very unfortunate day for you and the weeks to come on the internet. So, IMDb, big site. We could see out of 355 ratings that it's not doing so hot. So let's go to Rotten Tomatoes, another place where everyday people and fans rate. And here we have a 56% out of 100. Not looking good either, and just to put that in perspective of how bad that is, Disney's Snow White got a 72%. So Kill Tony fans, if you're getting a little angry, just know Snow White did better than you. Moving on right here to an article. Watching Kill Tony just makes me want to kill myself. And it goes on to describe the Kill Tony episode very, very well. I would like to read an excerpt here. It says, I suppose all of this, and they're referring to the show, the shocking behavior that they do, supposed to be shocking somehow. And I suspect it might be to some people. But I grew up listening to adult albums like people like Red Fox who are dirtier than Dunnigan could ever conceive as possible. This is this next sentence is a beautiful use of the English language. And it makes me go, man, I wish I just had the grasp of language like this guy. Much of this comes across as performative and the comedy equivalent of dropping your pants in the middle of a suburban Target and screaming, "You are all too woke to look at me." And that's the problem with people putting politics into their thing. You know, I get called a liberal all the time, and I didn't vote for Kamala, and I voted. It's strange. And you know why you don't know who I voted for? Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I think you guys should learn to detach politics from human behavior. Not everything every person does is a political move. We don't like this because it's bad. I never think of Tony in a political light. I think of the Rogan sphere and Joe Rogan as selling out. And Tony, yeah, the Trump thing, okay. But I look at him as a really bad comic and somebody that needs to get drop kicked in the face. That's the first thought. It ain't like, oh, he's right wing or he ate a Snickers bar. So that means, he must be like, leaning a little bit left today. Like, that's how y'all act. And it's stupid, So chill out with the politics. We don't like this comedy because it's bad. I disliked Tony Hinchcliffe before this election stuff even got crazy. So chill out on that. Now, this is what I really like. This last paragraph here, I'm going to pull it up for you. Another exquisite, it's like an exquisite sip on the best wine in the world. Great use of the English language here. In the end, when the 2-hour-plus episode of Kill Tony was over, I found myself more bored than outraged. Amen, brother. I was bored out of my mind. I didn't even laugh. And it's like, when you got to poop and you could sit there and really concentrate and in the end you could poop. I tried that with laughing. I couldn't do it. Impossible. Watching the show was a bit like watching a monkey jerk off at the zoo. The first time it's a little shocking, but after a while you realize the monkey only gets enjoyment from the outrage that it inevitably comes from visitors watching him go at it. And that is so true. All the little simpy boys that are Kill Tony fans, they just love to be mad at people that don't like Kill Tony. They love to think that they're so edgy and so cool and they understand Kill Tony when really Kill Tony is juvenile. All these people that like Kill Tony, they stayed boys. They never grew up. And I'm not saying don't grow up, but they never really developed great thinking skills. Or like cognitive function, right? It's still very basic, very primitive, like their hand movements are like when beavers slap their tails on the water. That's like this. They move like this. And that describes how their brain works. And so these like, fart dick, fart dick, fart dick. Oh, you horrible, fart dick. Those jokes, they think it's like the greatest thing. Like they think it's like they're eating the finest steak ever made. But you have to realize that they're just primitive beings, right? They're stupid, okay? That's the word. Moving on. Sorry, I just went off on that. Another rating from R-rated, 4.8. And you go, what's R-rated? I don't know, but it's one of the only ones that actually rated it besides IMDb, and Rotten Tomatoes. And they didn't even have ratings up until today. That's because Kill Tony was terrible. Now, let's look at an article headline. Even Kill Tony fans couldn't stomach the Kill Tony Netflix show for multiple reasons we'll get into soon. Joe Rogan's Kill Tony appearance comes under fire. And why is that? Because he didn't do a goddamn thing and sat there like he was on the front row of the NBA Finals. He just, it was weird. Let me move this one down here. We're going to save that one for later. Turn the sound on. All right. Now, I've always wondered, people have always said, is Cam good? Is Kill Tony jokes actually good? Well, let's listen to Cam. Let's listen to Cam explain it for himself.
Where do you come up with this stuff?
I wake up every Monday and I pray to God I have a minute. That's it.
Wow.
Most days I do not. Most days I'm shitting and I go, that's be funny, and it's not never really funny. Sometimes it's bullshit. Then I go out and say nigga a lot and it works a little bit. That's a great strategy I have. Come out and say nigga off the dribble and they go, ah, and it seems to be working.
We
sometimes.
love that. That's very fun for us. We're
Somehow
not
it
allowed
works.
to say it yet, but we've got a new bill we're working on.
There it is, folks. There it is. They know their comedy is crap. Cam just says the N-word so that people laugh. And you know why they laugh? Because all these people in the audience say it all the time and they want to say it. And they say it at the comedy. Come on now. You know that's why they don't bring phones in. Because they're like, they might steal all our material. Trust me. Nobody's stealing unfunny material from you. But Cam said it himself. His stuff is shit. Moving on. You have another headline here that does not like it, and it's from MSNBC. I get it. I don't like MSNBC. In fact, I don't like any of these news platforms. They're just, I work for them. But it talks about the manosphere, which is fine. The manosphere, we're real men, but just take a look at the audience, and there's no women wanting to date these real men because there are none to be found. Kill Tony fans are, well, watch the other video and you know what they are. Okay. It says here, petition to ban Tom Segura. There is a petition to ban Tom Segura, and it's got 575 upvotes. It's not small. And you look here, agreed. Joe is good. Joe is no good either. Go down, totally agree. So the Kill Tony fans, it says would rather have Brenda on, ban Tom, invite Christina. So these are Kill Tony fans because just for the proof, the Kill Tony subreddit right there. So we can see, okay, the Kill Tony fans are a little disgruntled. Let's keep watching. Tom Segura clearly only on for promotional purposes. Tom added nothing. He did nothing. It was clearly there because it would look good on paper to maybe a newer audience. That's a good point. I think they all were desperate for some Netflix energy. They wanted to get viewers. I'm all about getting new viewers, but this show is already doing numbers without emotionless names. Yeah, I said, this person says here, I would add he took away from the show. So now we know they were mad about Tom and Joe, right? We know the reviews bombed. They bombed on every review site that we found, excluding some that would have been just repetitive in nature, right? And now we're seeing the Kill Tony fans are disgruntled. So basically, the world is reiterating the points I made so far. But we're going to look deeper because I do not want to let you down. My nose itches. Oh yeah, like a cat. Let's go to the next article here. When will Tony finally admit to himself he can't keep booking Rogan for these big ticket shows? The fans don't like him as a guest. The new viewers will be deterred. Exactly what I said. Honestly, I'm not even a fan of his podcast anymore. I've said that one too. Rogan's gone off the deep end and is no longer what I used to enjoy from him. Anyone who can't see that is lying to themselves. Kill Tony fans are saying what I say in every video. Do you see how the truth is so obvious? I know you guys got burned. I read your fortune. Call now. I know. Some of you dialed in and you have trust issues. But I got nothing to lose here. I'm not a comic. I have no desire to do comedy. I don't really like being on stage, so that wouldn't. My mom forced me to be in a play or two when I was younger. No good. Especially those choir ones. Did any of you have to do those fucking choir Christmas play bullshit? God. Anyways. Rogan's so unfunny, it makes me physically cringe. And when I see him doing stand-up, Having him on these big shows just ruins the whole vibe. It's like being on a soccer team, comedian in Austin, and the coach's son is the team captain, owns the biggest comedy club in town, and essentially makes or breaks people's career. But he sucks at soccer. He's unfunny as shit. But everyone kind of has to pretend he's good. And it got 434 upvotes. 435. Basically, this is my channel right here. I've been told by Kill Tony fans now that I am wrong, that I am biased, that I'm uneducated, that I don't understand the buffoonery that is the Kill Tony show. But I do understand it better than you, because you are saying exactly what I'm saying it, denying what I am saying. And me sitting here knowing you're saying the same thing all along. So Kill Tony fans, stop lying to yourself. I know you have no personality and Kill Tony is the only thing you've substituted for your personality. I know you got the little beaver tail hands because you're slow. But it's okay. We can meet in the middle. The middle that your show is dog shit. Moving on. Who the hell edited the Netflix episode? It's horrible. Not to mention the audience audio mix is way too low. It doesn't sound like anyone is laughing. Alrighty then. That's because no one is laughing. That's because no one is laughing. I don't understand where the problem is for you. You're telling me Netflix, that owns its own studios, that edits very good movies, very good TV dramas, reality shows, you're telling me that they somehow messed up on the audio for a show that they paid this Tony Hinchcliffe guy millions of dollars to do? That what you telling me, dog? Is that what you telling me? Because I think your opinion is horrible. Horrible. It is. And you're dead wrong. This is another classic attempt to not come to terms that the show was terrible. The ratings say it. The regular everyday people and new viewers say it. I said it. And most importantly, you said it. And if you don't acknowledge I am utterly and completely right.
Sorry. How much time do I have left?
He was on him. He thought it would work. It didn't work.
Yeah.
Fuck, this is brutal. Is this going to be an hour of this? I don't want to do this to people. It's horrible. Nobody can be funny in a minute. It's stupid.
Oh, no, it happened.
Fucking 2 seconds.
Real
No,
bullet
fuck
there.
this. You don't even... This. This is stupid. It's stupid. There's one more, and then I'm out. All right?
Jesse, you did so bad, one of our guests is about to quit. I don't know what else to tell you.
Oh, if there's a negative lining, Tony will find it. There it is, right between the ray of sunshine. There's that little nugget of negativity, you fuck cunt.
And there it is, folks. Bill Burr also said it. And just like I said, Kill Tony is a show for the rejects, the losers, the bullies, the nasty, the scum of society, the Simpsons, the Simpy Simpkins of the world reside at the bottom of the barrel of Kill Tony. It is a disgusting world where nobody ever deserves to be. And just for fun, if you made it this far, thank you. Because I know many of you won't. Peace.
Know you like to bang, you don't stay.